watching the sunset from my office in Kihei in the Aloha Plaza. So the reason for this live video today is the County of Maui just passed this past Monday the first reading of Bill 9. Bill 9 is the bill that is essentially it's called phasing out the short-term rentals. There are approximately 7,000. Now, I've read several different numbers, and the way I understand it is there are 7,000 apartment zoned condos on Maui that were given the green light in the 1990s to be legal vacation rentals. And there's a lot of caveats. I don't need to get into the details of that with you. However, over the years, there's been a few times this issue has come up, and the Bill 9 after the Lahaina wildfires, in which I lost one of my closest friends on the island. It was a very tragic and traumatic experience for a whole lot of us here. After that, the housing situation became really intense. And so the mayor of Maui, he proposed Bill 9 to revoke the exception to zoning that was given to these vacation rentals long, long ago. Over the last couple of years, it has progressed, and there's been all sorts of back and forth. People are, there's a lot of emotions involved. There's two sides, they think different ways. I have my personal thoughts on it. I think that we need more housing on Maui for sure. And I'm one of the few realtors that I know of that wasn't really anti Bill 9. So the first reading of Bill 9 passed the other day, and there's going to be the second reading on December 15th. I'm here looking at the Maui County Council website, and there was about maybe 2 months ago, the county put four members of the county council onto the TIG temporary investigative group. So they made a committee to look into what would happen if this were moved forward. So a lot of details involved. One of the things that they came up with is, well, for example, property taxes. They can't say that they're going to lose a bunch of property tax money because property taxes, they change. So it kind of makes me think, well, those of us that own properties and live in them here, when they could actually raise our property tax levels, which are some of the lowest in the country. So property tax levels, because they're dynamic on Maui, they could shift that around. And uh, another aspect of it was that, well, okay, the comes right down to it. The main resulting it. So the TIG came up with three. Sorry about that. I got a phone call. I had no idea. The three recommendations that were made by the TIG group was to create a new zoning and then put a significant chunk of those apartment zone vacation rentals into that new zoning, so H3, H4 zoning. And then the third the third recommendation was to change the community plan. And so that's the TIG report. Now, the TIG they're going to meet on December 19th after the second reading, which we're all expecting is going to be passed as well. And then it's going to go to the mayor and he's going to sign it into law. And the county council is going to meet on December 19th. And Alice Lee, according to the website, the press release that was put out on December 1st, just shortly after the meeting, was that it is expected, the new zoning is expected to be on the agenda for December 19th. Discussion in committee, again, this is the TIG committee, I do believe. This is a quote from the county website, showed broad consensus for the TIG's recommendation, meaning the county council, broad consensus. It seems like they all kind of think this is a good idea. As recommended, to move certain properties from A1, A2 zoning to the new zoning districts that are gonna be created, H3 and H4, and will allow them to continue to operate as transient vacation rentals. So the transient vacation rentals in the apartment districts, there are several of them, and several of them. There are a bunch of them, and there is a list of these different condo complexes that are recommended to be put into the H3, H4 zoning, which they're gonna talk about on December 19th. Now, I've heard from a couple people that that list of properties, might change. For example, somebody told me today that there was a couple different properties in Kapalua that were on the list and one that wasn't. But they also told me a different property that was on the list that I knew was on the list. So essentially what we're looking at is we're looking at the Bill 9 passing. Of course, it might not pass, but we're probably going to see it pass on December 15th. And then what's going to happen is there's going to be probably some lawsuits filed, and there's going to be a ton of legal stuff happening in the next few years. But as Bill 9 is written, July 1, 2028, West Maui apartment zone vacation rentals are not going to be able to continue. So essentially, like all of Honokawai, except for the Kulakane, all those vacation rentals are apartment zone. In Kahana, all those vacation rentals are hotel zones. So we have Kahana Villa, and I don't know about the timeshares, but Sands of Kahana, Valley Isle, Royal Kahana, Hololani, and then half of Pohailani, the Makai side Pohailani. The Mauka side of Pohailani, they are not vacation rentals. They are apartment zone, but they were denied their vacation rentability that they did for a while a few years back. So there's a couple other properties in Ka'anapali that are apartment zone, part of them. And then they have a certain amount of them that is business resort zoned. Same thing with Wailea Ekahi. If you look at the zoning map, you'll see the very front section of Wailea Ekahi has business resort zoning, and the rest of it up back is apartment zoning. Grand Champions, Wailea Ekolu, uh, Palms at Wailea are all apartment zone vacation rentals. In Kihei, we're looking at, so if you go north, from Wailea into Kihei. On the Makai side of the road, the ocean side, we have Manakai, Kihei, Surfside. Those are hotel zone. On the other side of the road, we have Maui Kamaole, and then we have Hale Kamaole, and then we have Kamaole Sands, then we have Maui Park Shore, Haleakala Shores, all vacation rentals all these years. Those are all apartment zone. Kamaole Sands, they are applying for rezoning. They got their stuff in order. And then from Keonakai Road up to the Maui Coast Hotel, all of those properties on both sides of the road are hotels owned, the ones that are vacation rentals. And then you go past Maui Coast Hotel and you get to Pacific Shores and Maui Vista. Those are both apartment zone. Maui Vista is on the TIG list, Pacific Shores is not. And then you continue going north, you get to essentially the next, I mean, geez, all the way to Koa Lagoon from Maui Coast Hotel, all that is apartment zoned. There is one building, one of my favorite buildings, Island Surf, that is actually community business zoning, they call it. That's the same one that Kulakane is in Honokawai. And these properties are not zoned apartments, so they are not facing the Bill 9 problem. And the essentially all those properties they're facing, according to Bill 9, and this is without the TIG, Bill 9 is saying all those are going to have to be not vacation rental. Now, December 19th, the TIG is going to be talked about. They're going to talk about the new hotel zones, and then we're going to find out if the condos that they chose initially on Exhibit 2, which is page 20 of the TIG report, has all those properties that are on that list. So, Waiahulu Beach Hale, uh, Maui Kamaole, Kamaole Sands, Hale Kamaole's on there. All the Wailea stuff is on there. And then Maui Sunset is on there, and a couple other ones up there. Can't remember them right now. However, we're looking at December 15th, probably going to be voted in December 19th. Hotel 3, Hotel 4 zones are going to be put out to the county, and they're going to move forward on that. Hopefully, they'll expedite it. Hopefully, they'll expedite it. So we'll know really quick about where we're going with Bill 9. So if you are a person that wants to come to Maui, you're okay. Your vacation rentals are not going to be made illegal until 2028. So you got some time. So book your vacation rental if you're coming here. Hang out, enjoy Maui, the world's most beautiful island. The sunset is, well, sunset's coming. Yeah, it's there's all clouds now. But anyway, Benjamin Finnerty. I'm with the 808 Real Estate Team here in my office at almost 6 p.m. on a Friday night. You got any questions about this? I'll put the links to all the stuff in the chats below. And thank you so much. Aloha.